All right, how did I call this top and take this short trade down to these targets? How did I do that? What concepts did I use? I'm going to break that down today with my trade breakdown and help you guys see exactly what I'm seeing when I'm hunting for trades. So my name is Jack with Avoda Trading. If you like this type of content, make sure you like and to subscribe, and let's get right into it. So um, as the day was going, I put in my daily outlook that, let me put that up, my morning forecast, bring that up. I said I want to see retrace. Let's make this bigger. I want to see retrace into my point of interest for longs, green extended box. So it was looking something like that. Otherwise, I'll be hunting for a retrace short, for short retrace. Monday, we had a huge expansion. Let's look at the hourly here. And so I was thinking that either today or Wednesday will retrace back into Monday's range of EQ, which it sounds like, I mean, it looks like that'll happen either today or tomorrow. But going into today, I was looking at shorts, and so whoops, let's just get rid of this actually. So let's break down what I was seeing and how I call that out. So first of all, my model is higher time frame point of interest, and then when I hunt for trades, I'll go down to the lower time frames and look for an SMT, any SMT, um, any sequential SMT, and then aim for easy low hanging fruit targets, which in this case, it was this unfilled BISI. And then the other target down here was there. This was a 15-second unfilled BISI um, as well, which I mean, obviously we retraced a lot shorter down to this 90-minute range, but that, anyways, I don't want to go into that. I don't want to go into that quite yet, but this was the short. So once we were around here, I saw that NQ took this high, ES took this high, the previous quarter high, but YM did not. So this is the SMT right here. That little, oops, um, this little price action. I went down to the 15-second so I can see a little bit more detail, and this marks, so this indicator that I have, you don't need this indicator, but what it does is it marks sequential SMT plus the first FEG or the first iFVG, which are marked here. So if we play this out, I saw that first, that I saw this SMT. It's a micro SMT with OIM, and it's hiding it a bit here because it's so I'm trying to see the label. Anyways, the label says 22.5 YM, which indicates the YM SMT. This tracks both the body SMT, so it'll have an SMT at the bodies and at the wicks. So there's both hidden SMT and just typical like regular wick SMT. So let me turn off my risk manager there. So this is my point of interest. It was a 15-minute, I think it was a 15-minute. No, it was an hourly. There's this hourly range that kept getting utilized right here. So this hourly SIBI that kept getting utilized over and over again. It's not super clean, but we did break above price here, then reject, probably on an order block up here. Right here we rejected, and then so this was kind of my bearish point of interest wasn't super clear because I could use this. I was on the hourly using this point of interest. I think on the 15-minute there was something as well, but that initially was kind of an area I could find some resistance in. This could have been potentially a point of interest. This is probably a cleaner one. This is a 15-minute SIBI that still hasn't been broken through yet, or any no bodies have broken above this yet. So this is probably a cleaner point of interest right here. So yeah, that's probably a cleaner one. But anyways, I was hunting. I mean, around that range was what I was hunting for, and let it load. It's taking so long. Okay, so going down to the 1 minute, this 15-minute range here was kind of my point of interest. And once I saw the SMT happen, then I'm immediately hunting for shorts. And once I see, sorry, it's taking a minute to load my indicators here. Once I see, once I saw that an iFVG was created, that was my CSD on slower time frame. So once, hold on, why are we not? Let's change time frames just to get the indicator working. What's going on with this? Just lagging. Let me hide this. I think it's lagging in replay. Let me try to leave. Start new. Sorry guys, let me just get back to where I was at. There it is right here. I don't know why my SMT indicator is not loading up here. Let me just turn on again. Okay, so I just went to load. Apologies, guys. So SMT indicator is now loaded. I think I gotta change this to 1. And then to get a more accurate read, and now it'll plot out those lines. There it is. Okay, so on the 15-second, there's the change in state of delivery of the CSD, bodies closing below, and then I was targeting this unfilled on the 1 minute to unfilled BISI, and then this was another point of resistance or for the support here, and I was aiming for this low as well. So play it out. I initially got in right around here, and I got a little spooked out. I didn't trust the trade. My protected stop was here. So your protected stop is going to be the high of where the SMT was created. So this was the high, was the protected stop. So I did place my stop here, but I manually closed it out because I got a little spooked and wasn't sure it was the right time yet. And then I got back in. I took a small loss of like 51 bucks. In 3 contracts, and then I got back in again, 1 contract here, and then another 2 contracts here, as I saw price begin to displace lower, and I knew that timing was, was about to happen, that we were gonna go for a short. So playing it out, that's what happened with the trade. So easy targets were, like I said, let's play it out a little faster. I'm playing it on the 15-second, but I saw these SMTs here because it'll track the SMT, and that's what spooked me out. And so that's why I exited the trade. But once we displaced lower there, I got back in, right? And then I added some more, getting to my targets. Once I saw this swing low happen, so close to this unfilled BISI, I knew that that was engineered sell side liquidity. So I was very confident that that initial target, this low hanging fruit, was going to hit. It was just a matter of time. Now we have another micro SMT on the bodies. I'm sorry, nano. I think that might be a nano SMT on the bodies, confirming that these bullish SMTs will be faded. Boom, go down, and then boom, hits first target, and then boom, it's, come on, there it is. So there's that second target, and then that's really all I was looking for. That alone was, how many handles was that? About 80 handles, right? So 80 points, nice little scalp there. And I forgot to mention, you need to combine this SMT indicator. Won't it gets better confluence when you combine it with true opens. So because we were above true week open, true day open, PM open, New York open, and above TMSO, TMSO was also down here, which was TMSO works as a target a lot of times. If you're above TMSO, price will draw back to true micro session open right here. And then from there, that could be a potential, long back up. But since we're above all these true opens, I was more bearish on this. So anyways, hope that made sense. But that was the trade breakdown. There's a lot of different concepts to summarize. Look for a higher time frame point of interest, and in this case, it was this 15-minute SIBI that had never been broken through with bodies. No bodies have been broken through it, and then draw down to the lower time frame, and all I'm looking for is an SMT, a sequential SMT, quarterly cycle sequential SMT at the highs, which happened here with YM. The 20 is a micro SMT that happened. I drilled down to the 15-second, and I'm looking for a inversion, which my indicator marked out. It's a 15-second iFVG, confirm with the CST. On the 1 minute, it also happened. You will see that it marks out this 1 minute. Where's it at? That right there. So you could have gotten in right there if you're just looking at the 1 minute, not on the 15-second. And that's how it played out. And then, of course, we did go lower to retrace even to the lower end of the 90-minute range. And then there's a second opportunity if you missed that to get in. And we can just let that play out here. I don't know why my internet's going so slow, but let's play that out. Okay, I don't know. Trading views give me issues. We're not going to play it out. But that is, let's just exit this. It's a live price action right now. So let the indicators load. You can ignore the algo time swings indicator for now, but I'll turn off the numbers. That's just another confluence indicator that I have. But this is another confluence. Like if you missed this short, you could have gone in here because there's another micro SMT here, another micro SMT, plus a iFVG, change in state of delivery there if you want to get in there, and boom, aim for this low here. I mean this unfilled BISI I would have drawn here, unfilled BISI right here, which boom, we hit that target, and then looks like YM and ES hit this previous 90-minute low and then created an SMT, which we are retracing back up into the range. So anyways, that's just current price action. But that's it. That's the trade. The initial thesis was we're above a bunch of true opens, and then we displaced below, creating a iFVG as your CSD, and you can aim for unfilled BISIs, in this case if you're short, and external range. So aim for internal range with unfilled BISIs, those low-hanging fruit, and then your external range, depending on where it goes. So hopefully that made sense. Great trade today. I only did, with this eval, I'm doing 3 contracts at a time just to practice good risk management. So I was never in more than 3 contracts at a time, and made total profit of trades was $298, a loss of $51. That explained earlier. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed that. And if you like this type of content, make sure you like and subscribe. Hopefully these breakdowns help you guys out. If you have any questions, feel free to join my free Discord. I typically stream live on PM session, PM like last half hour of PM, almost every day. And then also, if you guys are interested in the indicators, I'll leave a link below for those as well, to get this sequential SMT indicator, or to get the Master Toolkit indicator, which marks out all the previous cycles and the true opens and the stacked true opens. Whoops. So I could just enable the stacked true opens if I want, and you'll be able to see those, because that's probably the most important thing. You don't need that indicator. You can just get, you don't need any of these indicators. You can just mark these out and see them visually, looking for the SMT with the quarters, and then getting some free indicator with the true opens, or like a quarterly theory indicator, and then look at the look at the SMTs yourself. But I like this because I'm able to see my true opens if I'm above a bunch or below, to dictate what I should be hunting for, whether it's longs or shorts, depending on if we're above or below those true opens. So anyways, hope you guys enjoy that. I'll call it there, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.